What is happening, people? Let's get into a bit of a recap with what happened yesterday. So yesterday I took this trade here. The live stream is up on YouTube, so make sure to go watch that. Went 1 to 4-ish. I secured about 3% in total out of this. Like I said, took it live. That is up if you'd like to go watch. It's about an hour and a half long video. I think that's how long we'll live for. And I do go through some specific strategy-based stuff at the end with some breakdowns as well. So if you want some extra content, there's that for you. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and let's get into what I'm kind of expecting today. So today I'm expecting us to continue bullish. I believe this point has kind of done enough now for us to push through this. So what I've kind of want to have happen is for us to take this point. I don't think this will hold. I don't think it makes any sense to hold. How far it pushes us down is a whole nother thing. You've obviously got that break here, like that. You kind of got that more or less is your internal break now. I just don't think this will hold. I think that's more or less kind of showing that that's a smart money trap. We've come all the way into this point now. I just want this to give a reaction and then go from there. In terms of where we can go from, I don't really have too much to work with, to be completely honest. We've got this bit of liquidity here. We may come down and take and then go from there. I don't think this took that decisional area. I think it made equal lows. Yeah, it did. So realistically, the kind of only way I see valid to get in this is more or less if we come into this area. So I'm looking for something like that. And then kind of buy through that like that. If that doesn't happen, I don't really see another way to get in this. We can have a reaction off the top of this point, but this is just a higher high. Like, this has done nothing, absolutely nothing. I would want to sell off the take of that, but it's just a higher high in the market coming from a really, really good demand. So this will just be a trap as well. So if anything, something you might see is we may take this high. That's more or less your internal break too. So that did take liquidity internally here. Yeah, this makes it a bit difficult. I don't like any of this range here. I think we're just going to push through. I would literally just be looking for some type of manipulation in here to buy and come and take this high, which funnily enough lines up with our 4-hour outlook from Monday, which, as you can see here, that's the outlook I had, is to come further up to this high. I think that's what's going to happen. I just don't see a way in on EU at all. So I will update you guys in the Telegram, and obviously in the premium group, I'll go into detail if I'm looking at anything. But at the moment, I don't see much. In terms of this here, this was kind of my high time frame targets for that buy yesterday. We've now pushed up, taken that, does not care. Pull back down, mitigation of extreme, and now we've pushed out. So all I'd be looking for is this higher high, this random higher high, to be a trap. Where to buy from? Do not see an area to buy from. You've got trend line, so you may get like a take of that trend line and then push up. What I'd more or less be expecting is you can actually sell off the take of this. So this will fill further into this point. It won't be a long-term trade because this is just a higher high. But because we've mitigated more or less the decisional, it did mitigate the extreme and actually manipulate very well in it. You may be able to catch this move to then catch that move. Now, I'll obviously have to see what the structure's like in about an hour, but at the moment it's not giving us anything. But I am open to selling off of this higher high if it gives me what I need to take the decisional. So what I'll need is this to form a decisional like this to push up, and then I'm okay to sell down and take that decisional to then push back up again. Okay, so I'm open to that, given that this is previous day high, given that this just mitigated the extreme and has pushed up. It's against the current structure, but we've created a lot of structure down here, and we've also got the further mitigation of this point. Now, the ideal area for us to trade through is to buy, so I would like to catch this because I believe we're coming all the way for this high. that's kind of the ideal entry for the day, is some type of buy through this. Now, the only way to catch this will be off of the trap reaction through this. I don't see this inducement as enough. I will need basically one inducement, two inducement, with a third inducement into my entry like that to come and take that continuation to the high, because we aren't getting a medium inducement, and sells can happen off the top of here to then buy. So if I'm going to buy, I need it to set up for this, obviously, and I need to be covered by an inducement. I need consecutive inducements telling me buyers are in control. Very unlikely to have happen, but you've got break. Ideally, I would like to see that taken as a minimum. So we'll see if that wants to present. That is the best outlook we have coming into today. AU. Just went off extreme. Absolutely no way to get in this. It's playing out like we wanted it to. Just no way in. So now we've broken this high. We've come further into this point. It's just a higher high. Unfortunately, it is just a higher high that is not created enough for us to use. It is a point, but we've mitigated, like we've induced low to then push up high. Like this looks like we're going to run through this. If I was going to look for a sell, I would need some type of inducement, which we don't have. So it's a low quality selling opportunities for us at the moment. In terms of what broke this point, we've got small demand to supply section here. So like that makes sense. But like on GU, it'll need to be consecutive inducements. We can literally come all the way down to this low here, which is kind of the next area. Straight range, sells make sense. This is kind of the last 15-minute point. Yeah, it can sell from here. I just don't really see a way in. On the 5-minute, it may want to use this manipulation for us to sell through, but I just don't see anything, unfortunately. So AU is 50-50. I don't see much here, but I'm open to it if it develops, and I'll obviously let you guys know. The DXY is doing exactly what we expected. I would say this is going to be a trap, and it should just push up, but it can come a little bit lower. It's at its decisional point. Are we going to come high? Are we going to come low? You've got more or less like mitigation of extreme and push. Liquidity build up. It's mitigating somewhat of an area now. It can come and take this, which means buys on other pairs for a little bit would be the go. Buys to sells, which makes sense. So DXY is not actually giving us a lot for today, unfortunately. I would like to sell every pair, but at the moment, I don't think it's in the position to do so, which means the DXY should keep selling given what it's done. At least coming to fill this area here. Lots of trend line below, but I think it's bullish overall, but we will see. Okay, so the DXY doesn't help us today, which sucks. It's leaning towards a no trading day. I would say it's more likely we just continue to push. GU, we just continue to push. And AU, we just continue to push. But we will see what the go is. I don't think there's any news today anyway. I'll update you guys in the premium anyway. Make sure to go watch last night's live. There's lots of stuff I explained in it. Obviously, it goes for a long time, so it's something you'll have to sit through. Premium, top of the description. Having a bunch of you guys joining over now, which is good. And yeah, let's smash the rest of the week out and go from there. Any questions, drop them below. And I'll see you guys in the premium and the free Telegram.